All right, hello everyone. Welcome in. So it has been a couple days, and we're kind of getting some things straight away here at the home front and making sure everything is ready for the holiday coming up because we plan to have company over. So I felt really drawn to come in here and pick up my cards. There was a specific couple decks that Spirit was really guiding me to. And so I was just pulling the messages actually for myself. And while I was pulling them, I felt very strongly that there was more to just the self-care cards that I was getting, because that is the deck that I started with, was the self-care deck. And so because I have been so interested in numerology and having my new numerology cards, I felt super drawn to pull out the book for the numerology cards. And when I did, Spirit was wanting me to pay attention to the numbers that were on these self-care cards, okay? So now in this numerology guidebook, or the cards, not all of the numbers are in here. So what I did was I felt drawn to take the self-care card and place that in between the two numbers, okay, which is where the number would be normally in the book. So first, we're going to start with these angel messages that I pulled. And the first one here we have is relationship harmony. And that is, we angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved now. So it's saying that right now, in this current moment, or in the just the recent past, that this has happened, that there's been these conflicts and these arguments. And it's saying your second card is with patience, there will be relationship harmony. And patience is your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Still, they need nurturing and patience. So like, your plant is not going to grow unless you water it. I've learned that the hard way this year with my marigolds. Like, they're all fresh and pretty and beautiful and yellow and orange, and it's been pretty hot, and we've lost kind of the shade that we normally have where my flowers are, and they were dead. Like, they were brown to the root. There was no saving them whatsoever. So like, you have to water, you have to nurture, and you have to have patience to watch it grow. And then lastly here, we have clear consciousness, and it is pay attention to your thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. And I felt very strongly when I seen this card, I felt that the message was deeper. Don't just take with what the card says, but whatever Spirit was guiding me to do with these self-care cards, I felt that I needed to follow. And I placed each of the self-care, like one's here, one's here, one's here, and one's here. There's 4, right? So it's like I placed them in these specific places and just kind of read the affirmation quote that it gives us here in this numerology guidebook, and it made sense. Okay, so first we are going to start with number 14, and that is connecting with your ancestors. Okay, connecting with this root here, your center, your third eye, connecting with your ancestors, so you can be able to get through this time of needing to, and wanting to have relationship harmony, right? So in this book, there is 14, okay? And that is moderation. And so the affirmation is, with temperance and moderation, I create balance in my life. Well, with this patience card that we have here, patience is represented by the temperance card. So I felt like that was, that really stood out to me, that the message was deeper than just, what the card was giving me. Okay, so next we're gonna go to flow. Sorry, I cut my finger today, guys. Flow like water, and that is number 24. Again, with like the patience thing, like knowing that if you want this harmony in these relationships in your life, whether that is a relationship as in marriage, or a relationship as in a fiance or a boyfriend or girlfriend, or also relationships with friends, relationships with family, relationships with your mother, whatever that, father, whatever that may be. It could even be relationships with your children. If you have older children in their teens, and it's got to that point where I remember my teenage years with my mother, and I didn't know any better. You know what I mean? I was just trying to express my emotions, but didn't know necessarily the right way to do it. So maybe you're going through, hold on. Yeah, it's almost like Spirit is saying, like, no matter the situation that you're going through in your life, whatever relationship that may be, all we want to do is be able to have that harmony, to be able to have a coexisting household, or a coexisting, family Thanksgiving, or whatever that may be, right? Okay, that was like a side note. So that may resonate with like a very specific group of people when it comes to like a family dynamic, because with COVID and everything going on within the last 2 years, it's almost like maybe it's like getting back to that, hey, no, we're going to spend Thanksgiving together this year. We're going to celebrate this year. We're going to come together. We're not going to let fear distract us from, what's most important in our lives, right? Because I feel like we've all been so secluded. And yes, it's great for us to be able to FaceTime and communicate in that way. But the face-to-face, the embrace, all those things that we're used to having, we haven't really had much of that, or felt like, we couldn't for so long now, so I feel like we're coming out of that dynamic and coming into the core, you know what I mean? So that one was, there's 26 here. Okay, I don't know if you can. Okay, so there's 26 here, and then the next one's 22. So like I said, they skip. So in between here, it would be 24. So following your intuition here. And then in between that is love partnership. So maybe for a specific group of the collective here, this does have to do with love. This does have to do with a partner, right? So the affirmation for that is, I don't know how, I don't know when, but love is on its way. And I feel like that's also with patience, like knowing that I'm watering this is going to grow, this is going to blossom into something beautiful, and I'm going to see the hard work pay off. I'm going to see how in the past there was a divide, or in the past there was not clear communication. There, just 1 second. I see up to the left here, I see the infinity symbol very strongly. It's almost like 3 infinity symbols that are illuminated. I'm also seeing 88, and maybe, no, it's definitely 88, right? And it's illuminated. It's almost like Spirit wanted me to recognize that. I feel like the infinity symbol can represent with twin flames, of course, but it also is just like an infinity of love, an infinity of life, infinity and beyond, you know, however you look at infinity, right? And it's like going with the flow of that, allowing this all to happen, and just like submerging ourselves into trusting spirit, right? Okay, so the next card is massage. Here, maybe you're having some pain in like your lower mid back area here. Also, I see this up here illuminated with the neck. So maybe you're having some problems here with your neck. I see a foot here. Maybe you're having some problems at the top sole of your foot. What is this other one? And maybe the spot right here in your wrist. Maybe there is some pain going on in that spot in your wrist. That's what I see illuminated in this card here. Thank you, Spirit, for that. So that card is 34, and in this deck, there isn't a 34, there's a 33, and 33 is represented by communication, and in between that's 37, and that is time out. So it's like by communicating my truth, I create a healthy and a harmonious life. So it's like being able to have clear communication with whoever this person is, whether it's a love interest, whether it's family and friends, being able to, it's almost like with this massage card, it's almost like needing to release, like when you get a massage, you're like releasing all that toxic buildup. You know what I mean? Like all that buildup that happens in your neck, all the buildup that happens in your lower back, you know, the bottoms of your feet. It's like needing to be able to release that negative, toxic stuff, right? From your body, but also from your mind. That's also important too. So lastly, we have watch a movie, and that is number 54. Okay, so there was not a 54, but I felt very pulled to flip the number because there was a massive gap between like 50 and 60 something, right? So what I did was I put it and I flipped the numbers to 50 to 45. So in between that is 46 here, which is domestic harmony, and 44, which is environment. Okay, so environment here is I show respect for Mother Earth and align myself with source. Again, with connecting with your ancestors and connecting with your third eye here, right? Also, you know, when it's asking you to pay attention to your thoughts and your ideas, you know what I mean? Like this reading wouldn't be happening right now if I wouldn't have paid attention to what Spirit was guiding me to do, to pull out this book, a completely different deck, mind you, to pull out the guidebook, to stick these in between these, to share what the messages were, to share, you know, like a lot of times in tarot, it's like when you throw down a tarot card, you know, like you can have a specific card and then you pull the next card with it, right? You use those cards around that tarot card to be able to understand the situation. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just like one card is representing the reading. It's the cards that are surrounded around it too. So I felt like Spirit was guiding me to this guidebook to show me that. So again, you know, back in the first card here was relationship harmony. And then we have domestic harmony. And domestic harmony is I have happy, harmonious relationships within my happy, harmonious home. So it's saying like, that is in knowing that in your environment, like your environment is the most important place. And in your environment, it needs to be a place where you are able to connect with Spirit. You're able to connect with source. You're able to have good energy in your home. You know, keep some Palo Santo. I have Palo Santo here. This, I actually am really glad that I picked this up. I picked this up on the cobblestones downtown St. Charles. And I've had that since my birthday, and like I use it a lot, right? And it's like it's still solid and it still smells fresh. You know what I mean? I also sage, white sage, frankincense. I burn frankincense to help with meditation. I do like incense. I always have. My mom was an incense person, and so I developed the smell of it, and I enjoyed the smell and the calming smell of it. What else? I have my aromatherapy candle going, and it's stress relief. And I also, what I have playing in the background is calming stress relief music, just to like have a chill reading, have a calm reading, and allow our minds to be able to see the bigger picture, like see things more deeply, not just the status quo of what it says on the cards, but also the deeper meaning for it, you know, why it's coming out, why spirit wants us to connect with our ancestors, you know what I mean? Why spirit wants us to flow like water, why spirit wants us to have patience, you know what I mean? To know our body, to feel and acknowledge the physical, you know, pains, or the physical attributes of your life, or, you know, also with the thoughts, like whatever comes to your mind, whatever triggers you, whatever inspires you. I felt like when I pulled these cards for myself, it was kind of like just passing the time, you know, what do the angels have to say, and what's some things I can do self-care that's going to make, you know, boost me up today. And it was almost like when the cards came out, it was almost like spirit was like, yeah, but it goes even further than just that. It's not just about self-care, it's also about knowing why this self-care is important. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I am just going to pull a couple of the numerology cards and see what we get here. I don't know. I don't even know if I shuffle these, to be honest with you. I think we're gonna do a couple shuffles with these. And sorry guys, I had to go get something to drink. Okay. One more shuffle, and then we will split the deck, and let's see just some final messages and advice here for this collective reading. Settle, Spirit. Okay, for right now. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, I think we need, yeah, Spirit's guiding me to do, what about this card of completion here? Yeah. Anything else for this? Yeah. So, okay. So I felt really pulled. Actually, that's the first time that I've actually clarified with these when I pulled these out. So Spirit was really guiding me to that. So the first card that came out was 13, and that's effort. So I feel like that's why Spirit is guided me to, in this, if you see this patience card here, Spirit was guiding me to her watering these plants, right? You know what I mean? And it's like the plant that she's watering also is like lower down here. It's not the ones that are already grown up here, the trees. It's down here. And it's almost like Spirit's like was guiding me to the watering can and the purpose of her watering them and why she's watering them, to see the growth, right? And needing to have patience during the blossoming period, right? So I feel like the effort, you know, that you're taking to have this relationship harmony, also focusing on your health at this time, you know what I mean? And it's important to focus on your mental health, your physical health, because when you're full mind, body, and soul, it's easier to be able to get past these conflicts and the things that need to be resolved, because you're coming from a place where you're paying attention and you're using your third eye and you're communicating. So I mean, look how peaceful, you know, it's like you're communicating from your center, you know what I mean? And then we have karmic completion, which was the third card that came out. And with the karmic completion, I did not understand exactly what that was supposed to be for, but Spirit was like, pull more cards. So the first card that came out before these three came out was leadership. And it's like needing to take leadership in your life. You know what I mean? Needing to cultivate yourself, invest in yourself. And coming out of this karmic completion where you feel like things, you know, were so tough and things were so like dark night of the soul, like all these shadows. I'm looking in my crystal ball right here, and what I'm seeing is almost like when a hurricane is happening, and it's like the eye of the storm, and it's like things, you know, were just like festering and festering and festering, and you were like just waiting for that eye to open up, and for things just to go crazy, and for things to just be catastrophic. And it was like you healed that karmic cycle. You had that karmic completion because you needed to be a leader in your life. And so then here we have, it's funny because these three colors, this reminds me of Rasta, right? You know what I'm saying? And that's all about peace and tranquility and calmness and watching things grow. So we have music, okay? Also we have creativity, and we have nature. And I feel like these three things are so important because like when you've kind of come to a more when you come to a place in your life where you like enjoy the little things, like you enjoy just the tranquility and peacefulness of life, and like true connections, true communication, true respect for individuals, whether that be a relationship or whether that be with your family and friends, you always notice that like music is always involved in some way. You know what I mean? Whether it's just playing outside on the radio at the barbecue, or you know, you walk inside and somebody's got music on their TV going when you go in to go to the bathroom, and it's like during those times it's like paying attention to the song or paying attention to the lyric that's in that song can be a message from Spirit that maybe you didn't even know that you needed. And nature, I literally sat outside earlier while it rained, and I just sat there, and I mean I wasn't getting like soaking wet, but I was getting like the mist from the rain, and I just sat there and I just like let it in. Like I just like felt every bit of it. And sometimes you need to just go lay outside when it's pouring down rain. Sometimes you need to go sit outside and close your eyes and just let the sun like just hit your face. You know what I mean? Be able to breathe in the fresh air. It's been super duper duper rainy here. Like the last week or so, like we've got flooding going on in our like surrounding areas. So the rain's great and everything because we have 4th of July coming up, but at the same time it's like, oh my gosh, like, okay, is it gonna rain every day? You know, so getting out into nature, even when it is storming, like I stood outside yesterday, we had some beautiful storm clouds come in, kind of eerie, but it's just like looking up at the sky and seeing like how beautiful it is and the masterpieces that we have. It kind of makes you not think about kind of all the conflicts and arguments and stuff that's going on in your life, and it allows you to kind of come back to your center. It allows you to you know, come to your third eye and to connect with whoever you feel. You know what I mean? Whether that is either, you know, you may know your ancestors, you may not know your ancestors, you may just like feel the presence of somebody. You may have lost your father or your mother and you feel them watching over you. your grandparents watching over you, siblings. I have a friend of mine that passed away very young in a car accident. And a lot of times when I go outside and I look up at the sky, especially this time of year, I think about him, and I allow myself to remember how full of life that he was, and that we truly just want to have harmony with ourselves and the people around us. I mean, that's truly 2525 on the screen. That may be significant to somebody. But at the end of the day, just being whole, you know what I mean? That's so important. You know, it's funny because I felt guided to bring this out before and after I just talked about that individual that I was talking about. I looked over and it said, "Love you to the moon and back." And that's crazy. Spirit just gave me that confirmation. I appreciate that, Spirit. But anyway, so I feel like this reading is really telling you, like, you may be going through some tough things in your life with people in your life, or maybe just one individual person in your life. And at this time, Spirit is still just asking you to be patient, to pay attention to your feelings and your thoughts, to look at things deeper. If you really feel strongly about something, that's Spirit guiding you to take a deeper dive into it, to see how it resonates in your life, right? And so I think that is all that I had for you guys today. While I am here and have time, I'm going to post the color purple video, so make sure to check that out. I'm going to check back in my videos and make sure that I don't have anything left in the pool. Again, the Master 88 reading, I really want to get that out to you guys. And today, when I was kind of getting these downloads from Spirit, I've seen that here we go, the 88 illuminate, and again with them Master coming out also, I feel like Spirit is wanting me to get that video out. So I have to figure out if anybody knows how to Bluetooth a video. Can you Bluetooth videos that are like, I think it's over 30 minutes? Can you Bluetooth that to another phone and then upload it? Maybe not. I don't know. I'm going to have to try something different. But I have a little bit of a break for the next 3 weeks. So hopefully I'm going to be able to get you guys more content. And until next time, peace and namaste.